Hello folks, I believe I need to update some things. Stuff happened, changes are currently happening, so on, so forth. There's been things going on in my life a few weeks ago, rather unpleasant things, to say the least. I lost some good 11 days, and by lost I mean not being able to work on any project I am involved in. Why, you would ask? Well, because my landlords first received a rather worrying letter. A court summon, to be exact. When the postman handed me the receipt for them to come to post office and take the letter, as he couldn't hand the summon to me legally, I shut myself. The other version is, for a while, I was sure that I might lose the place to live someday in the future. And don't get me wrong, my landlords are sweet and chill people. But if I can't be sure I won't have to move out at moment's notice, then I can't go on like this. So I started to search a new flat. That took me a week. Was exhausting. And in the end, futile. The next Monday after the conversation with the landlady, I called her to ask, when's the court case? To know how much time do I have. Turns out the court summon was actually completely unrelated to any of our fears from a week before. And is simply a matter of a wanker suing for not getting paid for a botched job. Cool. Thanks for telling me that once you read that letter. Oh wait, no you didn't. Cheers. So, I lost nearly 2 weeks for that shit. Oh, I also got injected with autism. Not that it changed anything. Although I did lose further few days because I wasn't going through the COVID vaccination lightly. Oh yeah, and also imagine being neuroatypical with increased sensitivity to audiovisual stimuli and having 2 of your neighbors constantly drill the walls throughout May. There is one more thing that cost me 3 days exactly, but that gets us to a next point of update. Yes, so I start a job as a programmer, again, at Hyperstrange, starting June. I hoped it would not come to this, but here we are. The 3 days I mentioned lost was because I received a test I needed to code up, and focused purely on that. It is annoying for several reasons. The most relevant one to the channel is that working 40 hours a week throws a wrench into my workflow. I've always been slow and pedantic when it comes to making stuff. I'm already slow with progressing on any of my videos when I can treat editing as a job. Now I'll have less time to take care of it. Ain't that just bleeding lovely? And sure, this will ensure my survival for a while, I suppose. But let's face it, I want this channel to grow. I want to be independent of whims of some manager fuckface that thinks assigning 9 pregnant women will yield a baby in a month. I want that, but this requires a steady influx of content on YouTube. Which leads me to another masterful segue. Perhaps you've noticed the distinct lack of uploads from me some time now? The answer as to why is simple. I simply didn't have any ideas to make an entertaining short during my weekends. To be more precise, last week's I was mostly trying to take my mind off of things completely, and was in a rather weird place. Besides, I was overwhelmed by, well, everything. Life, other things, work in progress, projects, my financial situation. You get the point, hopefully. Besides the April's bigger upload, the CSGO video, it didn't do well. Which, hey, I get it, like, my main viewer base is mostly the stalker community, even though I do try to throw hints, but I'm a variety guy. It's just... I worked on the CSGO video for literal blasted months, so seeing it bomb was ever so disheartening. By the way, this is not an attempt at guilt-tripping or whatever. I just shared the reasons as to why I slowed down. All I ask for is patience. Please, even though I do know I'm testing it. As for the other projects, well... You know, initial drive to make a silent movie emulating the early 20th century cinematography is cool and all, but what I didn't consider was just how difficult it is to make something like this that's consistent with my clearly matte style of editing. Limitation breeds creativity, true, but sometimes limitation is crippling when you are a fucking hack. I'll do my best to finish the video for May. I might be late to release it a week earlier for Patreon supporters though. Fuck. I didn't have a chance to fucking touch the project. Not with my mind recently anyway. Okay, so I want to also make video game reviews of some obscure shit. Just because I want to, and hey, it's a heavily edited game-related video, so it does fit the constraints I threw on my channel anyway when I started it. The two reviews I plan are the one for The Consuming Shadow, which is currently a work in progress, and was going strong until I couldn't record my voice. Thanks, neighbors. And the other one being the love letter to Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura, which I want to release in August for the 20th anniversary of the game's release. The latter title is extremely important to me. Those reviews are supposed to be semi-side content, but just in case I started making a list of titles to review. If I want to start ripping off Mandalore, then why not go full balls to the walls with that? It will be linked in both the description and in the pinned comment. You might wonder why I want to start making reviews. Well, it's because I've seen people commenting on my streams how sometimes I have interesting insight about games in general. Besides, I guess it would be interesting to see an opinion from someone who actually worked in the industry for years. Because if I started ripping off Mandalore, then why the fuck not start ripping off Ragnaroks as well? I wanted to make those reviews a neat surprise to show up instead of a short one day, but given how things go, I guess I should spill the beans earlier. It is, after all, connected with why Works on Stark Episode 6 is so delayed. Anyway, I don't want to take more of your time. I simply wanted to give you all an update regarding my life situation and the state of the channel. Shit's been rocky as fuck last few weeks, and I think it was only fair to be transparent about it. I'll do my best to finish Stark Episode 6 and release it in May. Wish I could guarantee that, but alas, I know who and how I am. In case I fail that, here's shout out to all the wonderful people who think supporting my sorry ass on Patreon is deserved, for some reason. Thank you all for your continued support. Special shout out to experienced patron tier supporters, Glenn Uno, Guiderina, and Jaywalking Knight. Schwabe signing off for now. I need to unfuck a lot of stuff. See you around, friends.